It's one of the most beautiful destinations on the Front Range, known far and wide for its 300-foot sandstone rock formations. Red Rocks Park has over 600 acres of natural beauty, and there's no better way to get there than in your 2016 Honda Civic. Its great gas mileage makes it a solid choice to navigate city traffic getting to the nearby park. A perfect spot where the plains meet the Rocky Mountains, and a mainstay of the Denver area for 75 years.
So the great thing about Red Rocks is there's a combination of history. We're celebrating our 75th anniversary as a venue, but there's also natural beauty that you don't find any place else but Colorado. This is red sandstone on either side that form the bowl. And so that red sandstone actually absorbs sound as opposed to bouncing it around. This is one of few naturally occurring acoustically perfect amphitheaters, and so that's let performers here be great on stage with very, very little amplification for 75 years.
Some of the rocks slope as much as 90 degrees, and the ones that make up the amphitheater have names: Shiprock, Creation Rock, and Stage Rock, all making the most unique outdoor amphitheater in the world. The 2016 Honda Civic may be small in stature, but big on space. Plenty of room for you and your friends to tailgate or take in a show.
This is one of those places where artists really like to play. It doesn't matter whether it's perfectly clear, whether there's a hailstorm, or whether it's stormy. You know, the natural beauty, I think, when you're looking up from the stage, is something that's really not matched anywhere else. But as early as 1910, there were actually classical performances here: symphony, opera, ballet. And so when the venue actually opened in 1941, there was lots of stuff that was happening here that was mostly classical music. But then it's really the history of pop culture and pop music in America. You get into the 1950s and it's Nat King Cole, and then the Beatles play here in 1964. And that changes everything. You know, once U2 released their Under a Blood Red Sky video in 1983, Red Rocks really stepped onto an international stage and became a tourist attraction after that. So people who are coming here just to see where so many famous people have played now have a visitor center, which is just over 10 years old, where they can visit. So you can see a roster of every group that is an act who's ever played here. They like signing the wall that's in the tunnel that leads to the mix booth. You know, there are just lots of little things here that are historic that even the artists get a chance to participate in. Red Rocks is really special when it comes to what happens inside the venue. It turns out there are lots of other uses for the venue, including Film on the Rocks, which is now 10 years old, and you know, our Saturday morning workout sessions, whether it's the fitness challenge or yoga on the rocks.
1 million people will come to Red Rocks this year and take part in the hiking, the biking, and maybe an event like Film on the Rocks. And another 1 million people will come here to this venue, buy a ticket to one of the shows. And there is no bigger fan than Scramble Campbell, who sits right here on row 23, which he says is the best seat in the house.
Well, I have been very fortunate that I've got to paint most of the people that I wanted to paint. I've painted over 900 different bands, 2,500 different paintings. So it's a vibrant place. It's you know, if you come here early inside the morning, the rocks are pink. If you come inside in the afternoon, they are a bright red. They start to go and then they become a dark, rich red and oranges, and then they get lit up. So it's always changing, and I'm wanting to fulfill that colorful vibe that is Red Rocks. We're so lucky to be here in Colorado to have this place right inside of our backyard, and that there is a deep-rooted history as well as perfect sound here. It's just all that you're in the elements of things, and it's just a wonderful place. I feel we're very fortunate.
You know, it's one of those things where if you're going to make the trek up here, because this isn't downtown, so if you're going to make the trek, you might as well see some cool stuff. But we want this to be a pretty place. This is quintessential Colorado, and we're very proud of it. We want tourists and residents alike to enjoy it. Red Rocks is forever.
You don't have to be a rock star to enjoy Red Rocks, but you can feel like one when you drive your 2016 Honda Civic to enjoy any number of activities the park has to offer.